Hey guys, I'm Cody with Apex Coffee Roasters. At home, sheltered in place, like a lot of you probably are, enjoying some beautiful weather out in my backyard today. But I wanted to take this time to thank so many of you for ordering coffee online, keeping Apex in your homes. And because of that, I wanted to go ahead and give a few pointers on how to brew the best possible coffee at home. Just a few things that I've picked up over the years working in the coffee industry, and wanted to share that with you guys. Okay, so first thing you're going to need to make great coffee at home is great coffee. So those of you who have been awesome and reached out and ordered coffee from apexcoffeeroasters.com or even dichotomycs.com, you know what? Picked up a bag of Pinewood Roasters coffee from Dichotomy or Apex from Pinewood. We're actually doing a little bit of that right now. A shout out to the guys over at Pinewood. Amazing people and great coffee as well. Whether you have Apex, Pinewood, or one of the other many delicious roasters out there, having great coffee is definitely step number one. Step two, okay, is having a good grind. So if you don't have anything other than a blade grinder or maybe no grinder at all at home, having your local shop or roaster grind that for you probably is your best option, because having a good consistent grind through that coffee where each particle is relatively the same size is going to be really important to your overall extraction. Obviously, having a higher quality burr grinder at home so that you can grind right before you brew is ideal. Once the coffee is ground, it starts to lose its aromatics and its quality fairly quickly. So grinding immediately before brewing is the most ideal situation. Tip number three is 99-ish% of your coffee, what you're going to be consuming, is made up of the water that you brewed with. So having high quality brew water is definitely essential to the overall taste of that coffee. If you have a Brita filter or zero water or pure or some sort of water filtration, that is going to be significantly better than just using straight tap water. There is a product out there from a company called Third Wave Water. It's these little capsules or packets that come with all of the minerals perfect for brewing coffee. You just buy a gallon of distilled water, then you just add the packet of Third Wave water. It puts back what a reverse osmosis system or something would do for that water, and then makes that water perfect for coffee extraction. You need some of this minerals content, so using straight distilled water is going to make your coffee a bit thin, lacking in complexity, and overall kind of boring, because you need some of those minerals giving that coffee something to bind to. Number four, we're going to look at your overall brewing method or your technique that you're using. So some of this comes down to your personal preference. Do you like something that's a little bit heavier bodied, a little bit more richer, like a French press, or something that's a bit more clean, subtle, like a filter brew? Most of us out there, let's be honest, we're using some sort of automated home coffee maker, and these are great if you follow the first few guidelines of using high quality coffee, making sure your grind is correct, using good brewing water. Those are all going to ensure that just a basic $50 coffee maker or less is actually going to give you a really good tasting cup. It just all comes into making sure those first few principles are lined up. Now, all of that said, we want to make sure that we're using correct water to coffee ratios. This is a big deal. Basic rule of thumb in this is for every gram of coffee, you want to add 16 to 17 milliliters of water. Another easy way of remembering that is 60 grams of coffee per liter of water is also kind of a good base ratio. When it comes to coffee, you want to always use weight if you possibly can, as opposed to using any sort of volume measurements. Using tablespoons or teaspoons to kind of scoop out coffee is not nearly as accurate. You're not going to get those consistent, delicious cups versus using weight and using a gram scale or kitchen scale. These can be picked up really cheaply, whether you buy one online or in a store, but something that's going to give you that weight is going to be much more consistent. There are so many variables in coffee that can change its density, its mass versus what its perceived volume actually is. Whether it's a darker roast or a lighter roast, how long that coffee has been sitting since it's been roasted, all of those change its density. So if you're using the same volume, you're not actually achieving that ratio that we were just talking about. If at all possible, get a kitchen scale and weigh your coffee and water. Fun fact, you can kind of cheat with water because water is 1-to-1 when speaking with grams to milliliters. So you can actually use a pitcher. If you have 1,000 milliliters of water, that's pretty close to 1,000 grams of water. Fun fact. Okay, so just following the things that we've talked about so far, you're going to get significantly better and probably the best possible coffee at home that you can. There are a few other things that you can pay attention to, like water temperature or adding turbulence and agitation into your brew. These things will influence the extraction of the coffee in the ultimate cup, but it's not as important as the things that we've already gone over. If you are using an automated coffee maker, stick to the things that we've just talked about. If you're doing a manual brew method like a Chemex or a V60 or even a French press, we're going to make some subsequent videos about those individual manual brewing methods and give our techniques for those individually. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this and I hope it helps a little bit. Best of luck to everybody out there. I know these are hard times. We appreciate you guys' support. Keep trucking, keep drinking coffee, good coffee, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.